Hello there, and welcome back to my channel where I review horror movies sometimes.
You lazy nigga!
I know a lot of y'all have been wanting me to review Obsession, and why I haven't reviewed that movie, well, I will let this puppet explain that.
How many times I gotta tell you I'm broke?
So there you go. But yesterday I went to go finally see the Backrooms movie. This movie has been in development for a very long period of time. And I said on my YouTube shorts, if you go watch it, I'll say it again. I was not super familiar with this franchise for the longest of times. I knew of it because at this point, the creepypasta has become something a bit of pop culture at this point on the internet. And I've seen all the memes, I've seen all of the edits.
This is the greatest place to have a ballroom, quite frankly. The largest room for my biggest, never-been-beaten rallies and parties, quite frankly. And I know a thing or two about parties.
I've obviously seen the Yellow Room portion of the creepypasta, but I didn't dive that deep into the series until now, because after seeing this, I definitely want to see more, and I definitely want to go into as many video essays as possible just so I can know the full story behind it, because this movie made it like 20 times more interesting than the original web series did. This movie relies a lot on emotional storytelling, and it actually works. The character is creepy for Cocoa Puffs, don't get me wrong, but he's crazy enough to where he's still relatable. The main character is going through some personal issues, and he's not satisfied with a lot of how his life is currently. And he finds the back rooms, and that's kind of his golden moment. There's many people in that world that are trying to find that golden moment and that 15 minutes of fame, and he finds that through the back rooms. And I think that's something that's very relatable. Finds it in the middle of his furniture store. That's an element that I also really like, considering the fact that the original Backrooms image that this movie is based off of, the image of the famous Yellow Rooms was actually taken in a furniture store. So having that be an element is something that I really appreciated. Again, I re-binged that series like one night before that movie, and I really liked it. But this movie really was way different from the original series than what I had expected. It's scary as hell. Don't get me wrong. Like, if you watch this movie definitely will have you exercising every bodily fluid in your body. This movie may make you piss yourself. It may make you shit yourself. And depending on how much you like really good cinematography, you may come.
Hey, yo!
Something I really appreciated about this is the fact that it played so much on the liminal space world that the internet has adopted so much, and it really does feel like a dream. It feels like one of those dreamcore videos you would find on TikTok with the way it was shot. And I think that it helps a lot with the fact that it was taking place in the 90s, and don't worry, even though it takes place in the 90s, it's not shoving that in your dick. They have references crammed up the wazoo, which I really appreciate. The most 90s feeling characters were the side characters, who don't appear that much in the movie, but they serve as really good comedic relief. But the 90s element really helped it create like that whole liminal space thing that this series ended up becoming so famous on before. And it made it feel really unique. Like, the movie, with the way it's shot, really makes you feel like it's in a dream. I don't know if you catch on what I mean, but it really does feel like you're trapped in a nightmare, and it really is good at bringing that element to the table, which is good because that's what I felt as if the original series was. This movie has a collaboration with McDonald's for some odd reason. And it didn't really have a lot of issues. The movie was really well put together, especially for somebody who is a YouTuber. I'm really glad we're getting more movies like that, by the way, and that we're finally giving like more indie artists a chance to do things like this. But one of the few issues that I have with it is that there are times where it really does feel like, okay, you can pick up here or right about now, or it just feels a bit boring with some of the found footage elements put into it. Don't get me wrong, it's still terrifying, but it just sometimes drags on a little bit too long. And I did feel that a little bit with the original series, but again, it's not too big of an issue. But it just a heads up, there is going to be times where it may feel a bit boring. That's kind of the only issue I had with it. It was really well put together. It was really different. It felt like a nightmarish Dr. Seuss episode or some shit. This movie really does a great job at being creepy. Now, it's scary, but like the scares are played more on the eerie element. Like, it's one of those things where like it's so silent. It's white noise throughout the most of it. I really appreciate how different this movie felt in comparison to other movies, especially other found footage movies. And I really appreciate the extra lore that is added to the series. Cause I'm gonna be on this series now. Like, this movie most definitely got me interested and wanted to check out more. This was really well done, and Kane Pixel should absolutely be proud of himself for getting this off the ground, because this has been in development for a very long time, and it was worth the wait. I know a lot of like OG fans of it had some issues with it. I'm not one of them, so to me this was a great treat. So the Backrooms, for me, it's a 9 out of 10, bro. As always, subscribe to my channel because it really helps me out, and comment, share it around, engage with the video as much as possible. If you have any movies you'd like to see me review, put them in the comment section and I'll more than likely review them. Before I go, why was there a rumor that there was going to be sex in the Backrooms? Huh? Everybody that came up with that rumor, go to fucking therapy.